It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day.
It is nice outside. Well, the birds chirping,
I'm
dogs
weak.
barking.
Is
So
mine sideways? Is that weird for y'all?
I like the sideways, but something is catching the side of your
Oh,
camera.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, we go. There we go. There we go. Make sure ain't nothing crazy on your TV because it's gonna be in the video.
Oh Lord,
Did you ain't watching Cinemax?
you better.
Yeah, that's
No
cool. That's
time.
cool. All
I'm
right,
just
we'll get
doing
started
everything
then.
wrong. I'm like, Lord, help me, Jesus, help me,
Oh
please
man.
help me.
All right, we'll get started then. All right. Get a sip of water. I ain't got my lean cup today.
No
Oh,
lean cup today.
you ain't got your lean.
You can see the recording on y'all
Yeah,
anyway.
yep. Thanks. I forgot about to check that. So cool.
Oh, good.
All right then. Welcome to another episode of Share the Vibes Podcast. I am Jink the DJ, founder CEO of Share the Vibes LLC. Glad to have you with us. As always, we have a special guest in the house with us today. So we're going to get into all of that here shortly. But first and foremost, 1J, how you doing today, brother?
Man, good. Can't complain, man. Can't complain. It's just coming off a spring break. So just trying to get back into that work, vibe, whatever. It's been tough getting up. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been getting up. I was supposed to be at work at 7:30. It's been more like 7:50. 7:50. 7:50.
Seven
But yeah,
fifty.
it's been 7:50. But it's I've been there. I'm there. I'm here. I'm there. Every day I'm there. But it's been tough. It's been tough, man. I just missed spring break. But you were down here or up here, I should say, rather. What
Yeah.
last week? Last week, right?
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah, it
Yep,
was last week.
last week. So we got you. Got
Did
you.
not feel like spring break.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. It was definitely snowing. It snowed today. It
That's
snowed
what I
today.
heard.
No.
So
Yeah,
man, it's
yeah.
wild weather, man. Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Wow. What about you, brother?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. So, yeah, like one J said, so I was up in Chicago for about 5 or 6 days, and then I was in Milwaukee for about another 5 or 6 days. So about a week and a half altogether. And yeah, Milwaukee, Chicago has not gotten the memo that it is spring yet. First time I seen snow in a year and a half was when I drove up to Milwaukee. I was like, "What in the world is going on?" And one
Oh
J and
man.
I, we were at brunch last Sunday, and it started snowing while we were eating. So we walking back to the car, snow hitting us all in the face. I said, "Hey, man, there's a better life out here, brother. You don't have to do this. Like, you
I
don't.
know.
There's a better life. It's like 80 back home right now. You don't have to do this, bro."
I heard.
So it was smooth though, man. Things are. I can't complain. Work has been busy since I got back. Cause of I was up there for work, so coming back, you get the aftermath of that. But it's good. My daughter's actually on spring break this week, so I didn't take the week off. But my compromise has been I'm sleeping in a little bit this week. I'm usually up at like 6:45, getting her ready for school. I've been sleeping at like 8 or 9, waiting for my meeting start. So that's been the silver lining in it. But I'm good, man. I can't complain. Can't complain. Now, both of y'all made this little sound that I recognize because we listen to the radio taking my daughter to school now. Rocki like 7:50. Y'all get that radio show in Birmingham, Milwaukee too?
I was referencing. I think we both were referencing.
The
All about the
movie.
Benjamins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So we listen to I think that's 97.9 here in Charlotte. I think it's 97.9. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. But yeah, they had this radio show and they had this one segment where DJ Incognito comes on at 7:50 a.m. every morning. It's like 18, 13,
Hey,
35, 45, 47, 45, 47, 45, 47. It's 7:50. They do that every morning at 7:50. It happens like on the clock. And then DJ Incognito is like, DJ Incognito in the mix. He got this thing going on. And he started doing this crazy mix. But so yeah, I recognize that from the radio show. It happens every morning at 7:50 a.m. on the dot, 97.9.
Wow.
So
Well,
shout out to them.
Yeah, he definitely got that from All About the Benjamin.
Yeah, it is. It's literally the audio. I was like, that's clearly Mike Epps, but I can't remember the movie. But it makes sense now. So that's what's up. Well, hey, man. So special guest, like I say, every guest is special. But we're glad to have Rocki in the house tonight. Officially Rocki on IG because there is another Rocki on Apple Music. I learned that today. But Rocki, the original right here with an I, Rocki in the building. Rocki, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful, I'm honestly elated to be on here with you all, man. Like, I don't know, I've been waiting on it for what, a couple of weeks now, because we had to get
Yeah, it's
our
been a little
schedules
while.
together and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And I know we had been saying we were gonna like do some things together, but man, it's no better time than now. So I'm just happy to have this moment right now.
absolutely, absolutely. So Rocky, I've been doing Rocky 12 years now, almost to the date. We about a week and a half out from like to the date. Um, so Rocky's Birmingham. We both went to Miles. Rocky pledged AKA back in like '09. I pledged
Yeah.
Alpha Spring 12. So we got the first fam connection. But I literally met Rocky at her house in her kitchen, her mama kitchen. It was there in my probate. And our probate was real. Our pro fight was real cool with Rocky. So like, hey, y'all going to Rocky to get y'all haircuts. I was like, all right, bet whoever Rocky is. So I pulled up, and I'm in the chair, knocked out. So if I got any Greeks out there, any Greeks out there, you know just how it is when you get ready for that probate, man. It was just one of those weeks. So this the first chance I got to just sit down and just be still. I'm in it knocked out, but I woke up clean though. Yeah, I've been rocking with Rocky ever since. Woke up clean. So yeah, I've been rocking with Rocky since she cut my hair for the probate 12 years ago. And now every time I go back to Birmingham, she know when I'm coming to town because I'm gonna have an appointment on her calendar, usually that Friday morning around 9 o'clock. I'm usually gonna try to slide in there. So Rocky still getting me right, and we've been cool ever since. But ever throughout that journey, you really kicked off your music career as well. So. If I look hard enough, I think it's in the car. I think I still got that first CD you had that had Belvedere on there.
Ooh, oh yeah, golly.
I might even have my Black Rocky bracelet upstairs somewhere. So I got some of
Oh yeah, you going crazy.
yeah, I got the OG merch.
Yeah, you do. You do. You definitely do. That stuff nice. Look, the doggone logo done changed since then and
Yeah,
everything. Wow, that's crazy.
yeah. So we go back a little while. So I'm glad to have you on here. No, I've been been a fan of yours for a while. I've been supporting the journey. Whenever I see a new video drop, a new song drop, I share it on the page and everything. So if you follow the Share the Vibes page, you've probably seen some of Rocky's music or content in some way, form, or fashion. So glad to have you on here. I guess just to kick things off, maybe just tell the people a little bit about who you are.
Man, well, obviously I'm Rocky, native of Birmingham, Alabama. Like you said, went to Miles College. I've been doing music, honestly, since like 2010. Like I started when I was at Miles. That's what's crazy. Well, I started recording when I was at Miles, like officially recording. Because like I was doing it in high school for a little moment, but I wasn't really sure if that was really what I wanted to like dab into for real. So when I got to college,
Oh.
People gonna think they podcast tripping.
I said the signal kind of rocky. I don't know what's going on, man.
Niggas said, dang, they hit a bad spot, man. They just cut out. It was just getting good.
It's funny. We can edit
Man.
this out. What is that? 8 at 8. I want to go. I'll stop at 8. 8 o'clock. 8 at 8. And then wherever she comes back in, I'll cut it back in. Hope her phone didn't die. That'll be
You
messed
know
up.
what? It is given. I need my phone on the charger. It is given where my charger at.
Yep. That's what I'm getting that feeling. I'm getting that feeling.
Oh man. Hey, while we're waiting on Rocky to come back, whatever happened to the Share the Vibes intro? You got that queued up somewhere?
Oh, wait.
man,
What? There you go.
man, I heard everything. My phone was not dead.
Oh,
I was like, yo, why did the screen just go white like
that's
that?
funny. With a
That's so funny.
9:30.
He was like, it's given. I need to charge your phone up. I'm like, yeah, but my phone is all right. But
Good.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
just to pick back up, like I said,
Yeah.
I was officially starting like to record in 2010. Got in the studio with this producer named Brian Cook. He goes by the name of B Flat, and he lived on the east side of Birmingham. And so I was introduced to him. Man, I got in there with him, and he worked with my sound for, I'll say, well, I still record with him, but roughly like to actually find my sound for about a good 7-8 years, like strong, till I could just like figure out like what I wanted to sound like what was gonna stick and what wouldn't stick. Because again, by me having such a creative mind like that, to where I just wake up and I feel different every day. Each time I went to the studio, I was creating something different. So I kind of wanted to like tailor it to a specific audience, a specific sound, so I wouldn't be so all over the place. So I was doing that, man, and getting in the studio with different other songwriters. I had my first opportunity to. What's crazy is I'm gonna have to whisper this one. My very first major opportunity, I did a song with R. Kelly.
Oh, what? Okay.
I did a song with R. Kelly. Shout out to Candace Nelson. She's one of the like moguls in the game. She's one of my mentors, and she was one of those people that believed in me day one. Because like I said, I started out rapping, and then I like kind of wiggled my way into the melodic singing and just singing, because I honestly didn't know I had it in me. It just kind of like happened naturally. But she saw something in me that I didn't even know. She was just like, you should start singing more. And then when I started to do that, and I would send her like all my music, she would be like, all right, that's strong. Then she just kind of believed in me to the point where she like, hey, I got an opportunity for you. Are you ready? I never forget that day. I was cutting hair. I'm in the kitchen, cutting hair, and she calls me out of nowhere and said, hey, you think you could be to Atlanta in like 4 hours, the next 4 hours? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? At that point in time, I had never traveled like on the spur of the moment, like especially by myself. I didn't even know what that looked like or felt like until that day. And she was just like, I got an opportunity for you. I just want to know if you're gonna hold it down, if you're gonna get in the studio and do it. She wouldn't tell me who it was.
Oh,
I didn't know what the hell I was walking into until I got to like damn near all the way in Georgia. And I was just like, well, I don't even have an address. Where am I going? She was just like, okay, I was making sure you was just going to be legit. So she sends me this address, and I'm just like, okay, who is this? She's like, I'm hooking you up with Walt Millsap. Y'all about to get in the studio, do some music for R. Kelly. Like, I just need you to just do what you do. Don't shy away from you. Just be you. And that was crazy. So it's just like from that point on, like I started to get more and more opportunities. Of course, you have hit and miss moments. So it's been a lot of that in my career. And that's how you learn. That's how you grow. It has taught me a lot. And that's how I've reached to where I am today. Just from diving in. Like I had an opportunity with Cash Doll. Like got in the studio with her a couple of times. She's a cool person, super dope.
Oh.
It was a little bit out of my lane because, she's from Detroit, so they delivery, everything about them is just different. And so I was trying to like give her some of me on some records, and it was kind of like a little bit out of the box for her. She didn't want to stray away from what she had going on, but I believe she would have had her a little hit. Had she just like, trusted the process and just tried it a little bit. But man, it's been a hell of a journey, to say the least. So that's a little bit about me, man. Just sharing a little bit of my insight on how I got started, and where I am now.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know about either one of those stories. So all right, so I gotta ask. So was Kels at the studio?
Nah, he wasn't there.
Because the story, the way you say the story is unfolding, it was sounding a little suspect.
But what's crazy is it was one of the houses that was in the documentary.
Dang, that's wild.
It was one of the houses, but I didn't go to the studio by myself.
Yeah.
Candace, the lady that actually had me in the studio, she was there. Like I said, Walt Millsap, which is another big time producer, songwriter. At the time, it was Angie Stone's in the house.
Oh wow!
Like,
no.
Yeah, and you remember the group group, Mindless Behavior.
Yeah.
Yes.
Group, man, they were in there. They were so young, like little kids just running around. And I was just like, dang,
Oh.
I'm legit in the studio with these guys. Like, what's happening? But that experience was crazy because they gave me like so many beats, and then they only gave me like an hour per beat to write to.
Mm. Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
that was some pressure because you talking about R. Kelly.
Right.
You're gonna feel like you need more than an hour on one beat
Right.
because I mean my mind was just trying to process like the opportunity itself. So I'm like, I done got turned on a doggone timer. Like, oh my God, I gotta keep up with the time because I only got an hour before I gotta go back in the recording room to like to lay down whatever it is that I
Present.
have.
Mhm.
Yeah. So man, like that was a hell of an experience. It was super cool. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world.
Yeah. Did any placements come out of that session?
No, it didn't because what's crazy is like shortly after that they were trying to like he had them recorded about 100 songs to try and choose from as far as like his album. He was gearing up to work on his album, and it was like shortly after that he started getting in the media like for the wrong reasons, and so everything kind of like came to a halt. So it was just like it was crazy how it happened. Of course, me doing the song, I didn't get a demo of it because everything was like you had to do the NDAs. You couldn't have
Secret.
because it was just like so.
Yeah.
I don't even remember like in full what the song even sound like. I just know the name of it, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy. It was just
No, that's
crazy.
wild. Are you still
Real
connected with
wild.
Angie or Mindless Behavior by chance?
Well, I'm still like, I can still get a hold of Angie. Mindless, I don't even know what they're doing right now, but I still have my connection with Candace and Walt Millsap. In fact, he DM'd me a couple of weeks ago and was just like, send me some music, man. Like, well, what are you doing? Because he's in LA now, so.
Okay.
I just hadn't gotten around to it because I've been trying to like just like work on me, you know.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, when I first started my career, I was so gung ho on just sticking my neck out there that I felt like I was kind of losing me a little bit, losing my own way just for me as an artist, like because I was too busy trying to walk into a door and I'm like not realizing it's not time for you to walk in the door.
Yeah.
You gotta like learn like figure out what you're trying to do with you first, and then that door will be there. So
Talk a little bit more about that because I want to go back to that 7-year period where you were trying to find your sound with B Flat, Brian Cooks. Talk about what is that process like trying to find your sound? Is that just getting a whole bunch of beats and then just trying to? Because at first you say you're a rapper, so how was that? What's that process like?
So I know originally I took 2 artists when I first started like creating music. I took what 2 artists from like the old school and new school that really fit me and I would really just say, you know what, I could do it like this or I can do it like that. And that was Anita Baker.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy is it was Anita Baker and then it was Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Okay.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And as far as like new school, it was, I think I chose like Ty Dolla $ign. That's how I started to like learn the melodic stuff. Cause I'm like, okay, I love the way he sounds. I love his delivery. I don't want to be like him, but it wouldn't hurt to like try and do music like that because it resonates like easy with me.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I just picked those artists. I would get in the studio. I would see what instruments make me have a feeling first and foremost. And then I learned early on, like, okay, you really love guitar. You love some strings. You love like guitar, like heavy. Mostly all my songs have some sort of guitar in it. I don't know why. But I just took the notion of the guitar and I was just like, I would sit there and I would just allow that whatever that instrument is, which is the guitar, to talk to me, and I would try and find like the feeling of the guitar. Okay, what is this guitar saying to me? How is it making me feel? You know, and I would just try different things because all the time. I wouldn't rap all the time. Sometimes I get in there and I be like flat. I don't wanna rap today. I wanna try to sing something. But I also struggled with like finding the right keys at first. And I
Okay.
think it was because I had like a slight inner ear problem. I used to get like vertigo a lot. Like the shit that had you imbalanced and all
Mm-hmm.
shit. So a lot of times when I would go to the studio, I would kind of be discouraged a little bit because of having that problem with my ear. It would be certain notes that I would think I'm hitting,
Mm-hmm.
but when he
Play
would
it
play it
back.
back, it wouldn't be the right. I wouldn't be in the right key. So what he started having to do is, it's some kind of way. It's some engineer stuff that he would play the piano of what he would play the melody of what I'm singing to keep me in key as I'm singing, as I'm recording it. And that's how I
That's dope.
learned. That's how I learned my sound, and that's how I learned how to like hit certain notes and hold certain keys. Because initially I was struggling. I was struggling bad, but I knew I wasn't gonna never give up. You know what I'm saying? I knew that was something that I really wanted to do. That was a fear that I wanted to tackle. So I kept at it. I kept at it. I kept at it. And eventually it just became like one of these things where I'm like, okay, I'm not about to let this defeat me. Now I'm defeating it. Like now I reached another level, and I just took a love, like a strong like love and liking into like singing more. So that's how I eventually found my sound, because rap was easy, but singing was kind of hard. And so I'm just like, the thing that's hard is the thing that's meant for you. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Did you develop like perfect pitch almost going through that experience?
not perfect pitch, but dang near. You know, it's still some kinks that I have to iron out sometimes. It's still like I have to rehearse. I still have to rehearse a lot. It's still moments to where I can be rehearsing for a live performance like I did a few weeks ago, and I had to rehearse with a band, and I rehearse one way and I sing another way live, you know. And that happens because, again, I still have that ear thing, that ear problem.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not like horrible, but it's to where I cannot. Well, I ain't gonna say I cannot, but I choose not to ever perform without my inner ears, because I have to hear what I'm doing. I have to hear the music behind me. And if I perform somewhere and I can't hear me, I'm definitely gonna end up out of key because of the way I hear music, the way I hear sound, the way I hear me. It's totally different. So,
man, it's so crazy, and I have to remember this when like I absolutely love a song, and somebody comes with, man, that song trash. I'm like, are we not hearing the same thing? But literally, you're probably not. And I remember Pharrell was in an interview one time. I forgot who it was with. I want to say it was Rick Rubin, but I remember he was saying how he does things that artists don't always. It's out of the box. It's not something you expect. But he says, when you're singing and you hear sounds, like we hear things literally through our ear canal. So what we're hearing inside our heads is different from what I might be hearing out here. Because one thing, we have different ears, and you're hearing it from a different vantage point. And he was saying that when he's working with artists, he'll do something like, wait a minute, that don't seem right. But he's like, trust me, like you're just hearing it through your inner ear canal. So then you throw in like the vertigo issue with that. And like, it's just crazy how all that stuff is real and it comes together like that. So it's dope that you were able to learn that as you were developing your sound, and it became like a part of your process, so to speak. So maybe that's a good kind of segue there. So you mentioned the guitar. You hear the guitar, you see how it's speaking to you. You get the feeling from that, what words come to mind. But walk us through your creative process.
So when I create a song, I'm around my team. I'm around those engineers, producers. Shout out to NFG Production, and like I said, Brian Cook, B Flat. Now I email him all the waves, and he take it and he mixes everything because he's in Atlanta now. But my creative process, I get in the studio with those guys, and it's usually based off of real life problems or real life situation, whether it's going on around me or whether it's me that's actually dealing with it. and I sit down with them. And if the beat isn't already created, what I do is I sit down with them and I just tell them what I'm feeling like or the situation. We share story. I call it story time. I'm like, hey guys, they be like, you ready, Rock? I'm like, yeah, it's story time first. So this is how we're gonna create this song. And I sit down with them and I tell them like everything that's going on. I don't leave out any details. I have to be vulnerable with my team so that they can understand what's happening, so that they won't do something that's out of the ordinary, and have me creating something that's not authentic. Yeah. So I share with them my situation, and then they say, all right. And as I'm telling them the situation, one of the guys might be pulling up some sound. They know they gonna always go to some 808s or some guitar first, like, and then from there, while I'm talking to them, they thumbing through these sounds, and it's almost like instant. Once they hit a certain sound, get to a certain sound, and it touches me, I immediately stop them. I say, hey, that's it right there. Let's start right there. They'll pull a guitar, they'll pull 808, they'll probably pull a drum kick, something like that, and I'll say, you know what? Don't finish the beat, because now you done gave me enough instrumentation to where I have enough to work with. I can actually record the song. I can record these. I can get these words out. Yeah. Because the words will start coming fast. When that sound is perfect, even if it's not even perfect, but it's just is good enough, them words gonna start flowing like water. And I'm gonna have to stop them, because if I keep letting them create and I'm putting my feelings on pause, then I'm not gonna have that same feeling once they're done with it. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like they'll get halfway with the beat, and I'll take it away, and then they'll go back on the back end and add other instrumentation to it. And then from there, I always tell them, I be like, look, we'll structure it last, but for right now, because I don't write anymore. I don't sit down with a notepad and a pen no more. I used to, but they kind of like, when I got with these guys from NFG Production, they kind of taught me a new way. It's like, Rock, you don't gotta write. Don't feel like you gotta write. Just sit right here. Like, they just set me down and just like, just do what you feel. What do you feel?
Just sit down.
Just sit down. Do what you feel. Say, what are you feeling? And from there, I kind of learned, not necessarily how to freestyle, but I learned how to use like that inner, like whatever that inner thing is, I learned how to tap into it in a way where I can almost place myself back in the situation to get out what I need to get out. Even if it's coming like I'm saying a bar or two, and then they cut, and then I'm saying another bar or two, and then I'm cutting. But sometimes it happens to where I can go through a whole, damn near like a whole verse, and the verse is laid, and I haven't wrote anything now. It just literally just came out how it was supposed to. And literally that's my creative process. Like, I get a little drink, whether it's wine, whether it's a little shot or something, and we just vibe out, But the main thing is the naked energy, being vulnerable, for real, being vulnerable, like sharing your story, because every artist, I mean, how you think these songs are created? They created based off of the feelings, based off of the things that they're experiencing. So it's coming from a real place, whether it's them letting they crazy out or they letting they good out. Yeah. So it's all real in some kind of way. Something that they're saying in these songs is real.
Yeah. That's what Kurt Franklin said. No Diddy, but he said he get butt naked. Throw it in there. But he said he get butt naked and get by the piano, and that's where most of his vulnerable music come out. So, and I can only imagine other artists are doing the same thing, probably in the comfort of their own homes. I've, not Gwen Stefani. What's the other chick? The other woman name? Not Gwen Stefani. Oh, what's her name? Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga do the same thing. She'll get, she'll just get naked and just be in the studio, and everybody like, oh yeah, that's just Lady Gaga. She's good. And you like, she okay, all right. Hey, that's why, be vulnerable. But that's why they don't give the address away right away, because you never know who's trying to take pictures or what have you. But That's dope though. No, that really is dope with that process. And I'm glad you mentioned it because there's so many artists right now. And I wanted to talk about that 7-year period because it took you 7 years. A lot of artists think that I have to find my sound now, and that's not necessarily the case. Without that 7-year period, talking about the inner, the inner ear issue, you would have never known you probably had that. And your producers would now know how to work with you. And now you don't, now your process is totally different from now going from writing to now not having to write and just going with that naked energy. So I'm glad you mentioned that because there's a lot of artists out there that are trying to discover their sound and figure out who they are, and it's not going to happen right away.
Yeah,
no, because again, trends are always being set. Things are always happening. Like it's so much. It's hell. Look at Beyonce.
I was just about to say that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and that her. I haven't heard her whole project, but what I have listened to sounds to me like country trap.
Yeah, it is, especially spaghetti.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like you're never gonna have like. It's never gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have my sound in a year. I'm gonna have my sound off my first project. No, it's all just really trial and error. Like you just gotta keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's gonna stick. You don't know what your audience gonna really like or gravitate towards. So the thing is, you just gotta remain optimistic during your process. You gotta like not be so hard on yourself. You gotta show yourself some grace. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I'm saying this from experience, because I was really hard on myself. I got so many songs I just never put out because I was just like, I felt like it was it, but the people around me like, nah, that ain't it. So I'm like, dang. It was a lot of dang moments where I had to just pat myself on the thigh like, dang, I can't even put this out because it don't seem like it's right. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not up to everybody else's expectation of me, the people that's around me. So, I mean, you just kind of gotta show yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace, man. And if it's one thing I can tell artists right now is, and I'm learning that, don't hold on to the music. I'm in a space now where I'm literally finna go back and just release everything because you don't know. I don't know what could have happened.
It's gonna hit. You never know what's gonna hit.
So. Like, don't hold on to the music, man. Just put it out. Like, even if you keep putting out EPs, you put 3-4 songs on the project and push it out. You feeding them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you giving them something to listen to, and that's what I'm learning too. So,
and in today's climate, you almost need that just because the attention spans are quick. The shelf life of music is very low now, so you gotta feed and go until you get that one masterpiece. I think this is the first time we had somebody say their creative process starts with like a storytelling session. Like we get down, like the music's there, but we just gonna talk about what's going on. People say, I start writing or I hear a beat and just
But you know why I do that? Because sometimes, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I have the story. I know what I want to talk about a lot of times, but that story time helped me, and then it helps them to help me, because sometimes I don't have that first initial line, and that first initial line to a song gotta hit.
It does.
It has to hit, and if it don't hit, then you're lost. And so I give them that for a reason because. Like I said, a lot of times I go in it blind. I don't be knowing how I want to format it. I have the melody, but I won't have that first line. I won't have the lyrics.
Yeah.
And so I might say, hey, Bob, what you think about this? Da-na-na-na-na. And he'll be like, okay, what's the story behind it? And I give him the story, and now he tell me something to actually say to match that da-na-na-na-na. And then it's like, oh, okay, bet. And now from there, I can take that and feed off of it. And now my song is done because I know where I'm going. I just needed a little push. And that's the beauty in having a team, like a legit team that actually care about your feelings, your emotions, and what you're dealing with, and how they can help push you to the next level in times like that, especially when you get stuck.
That's so important.
I love when the dots start connecting between our episodes. 1J, because I think it's two, maybe about 3 episodes now. We had not a songwriter on, who he actually has. He wrote "Changed" with Tamar Braxton last year. Song that went up with the Rain interpolation, SWV, and then they have "Notice Me" that's charting right now. And he's worked with Candace from Housewives of Potomac. Actually, if you go back and listen to the episode, you know, he talks about he worked with Coco Jones in the past and some other stuff, but he talked about that collaborative process in the studio and getting with artists, getting to a point where they trust him to really help them, you know, put their voice, you know, in words and come up with something, you know, that makes sense. And he even worked with Tony, Tamar, Tracy before she passed. He wrote a couple songs with her as well, Tracy Braxton. But you know, he talked about the experiences they were going through at those times. He even gave us some perspective about what was going on, you know, in their lives that we didn't know about, you know, outside looking in. But he was able to help them translate that into these songs that have gone on to do what they do on these charts. So just hearing how you'll come up with a melody, you tell them the story, they come up with words, they go with it, then you know you put it all together, you got a song now. That collaboration, I think it's dope to hear that. So thank you for sharing that, being open with us. And I want to kind of somewhat harken back to something you said earlier. So you mentioned working with Cash Doll, who was in Detroit. And Detroit definitely has a very distinct sound. You know, for the artists out there, you think T Grizzly, you think Eminem, Royce the 5'9", Big Sean. You know, they just like Detroit has this sound. I want to say 42 Doves out of Detroit too, but don't quote me on that. But
I think
Detroit, I think so. But Detroit has like this distinct sound, and Birmingham has a distinct sound too, more or less. If you listen to the Birmingham music, and we talk about the Milwaukee sound on here a lot, with 1J being up there. Where do I want to go with this? I mean, maybe the first one for the listeners out there. How would you describe the Birmingham sound, and how would you explain your experience creating your music within Birmingham?
I think Birmingham has a sound that is like, it feels almost like it's, I don't want to say stuck in a nostalgia rap era, but it's definitely super trap. Wow. And what's crazy is comparing the sound that is here, which is not a bad sound, but honestly speaking, I don't even know how my sound became my sound, and I'm from here because I don't sound nothing like nobody in Birmingham. Like even if I were to try, I wouldn't be able to do it. Even the rap songs that I've created it still sounds nothing like Birmingham.
Yeah.
But dang, that's really crazy because I mean, when I think about the Birmingham, I think about the I can't even think of the doggone artist's name. And what's crazy,
not Rich Boy,
even him, even Rich Boy, but it's the other. I can't even think of the doggone. They play it on the radio here or there sometimes. But
the one who do Hot Boy.
You think about Cinco?
No, not TLA Cinco, but I like him too. Check that.
Yeah,
that was big.
I like him.
Check this. Yeah.
Now that's distinct. That's distinct. I like that. I like Lil Bam.
Lil Bam. That's what I'm thinking about. Lil Bam. Hot Boy. Yeah. That's my song right there.
When you think about Birmingham, you think about the Lil Bam. You think about Cinco. You think about, you ever heard of John Jr.?
I ain't heard of John Jr. I'm going to have to look him up.
But see, what's crazy is he don't even have a Birmingham sound, but I like his music a lot. He has more, his music is more on the style of like J. Cole.
Okay.
More like a J. Cole. But man, I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know how my sound became what it is. It just naturally happened like that. Like I didn't wake up and say, "Oh, I want to sound like I'm from LA," I
Yeah.
don't want to sound like I'm from Miami. Or, you know, but what's crazy is I wrote LA. I mean, I wrote Belvedere when I was in LA.
I can see that.
I had visited LA for the first time, and I'll never forget. I was sitting on the beach. I had went out there with one of the guys that I used to do music with, Gabe. You remember the group Monday Blues? When we had
That
our group,
sounds very familiar.
when we had our group Monday Blues, so I started out in a like a
Okay.
rap duo.
Okay.
But we went out, we flew out there to visit my cousin, and I'll never forget. We ended up at like the Santa Monica Beach, and I was just like, man, I just want to sit out here for a minute. I just feel like we just been riding around a whole lot, you know. I haven't had a moment to myself to just like sit down and be still, and so we get to the beach, and I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden the sun was setting, and I'm like, damn, it's beautiful. This is beautiful. And so I started looking up like different quotes, like what does this mean? How, like, what's a word for beautiful, like beautiful view? And what's crazy is Belvedere popped up. And a lot of people don't realize that I was, but I wasn't talking about the alcohol. Belvedere.
Tundra.
Yeah, Belvedere means to command a beautiful view. And so that's how I created Belvedere. A lot of like, wow. So I wrote that song sitting right there, like watching the sunset. Like literally, that was one of those songs that came out like water. That was when I first took out the pen and the paper, and I was just like trying to jot everything down to remember things. And when I got back to Birmingham, I was just like flat. I gotta get in the studio. I gotta hurry up and get in the studio. I was in a hurry, like I was damn near cutting other people out of the session. Like, yo, I gotta get in there. I need to record this feeling, because I don't know what it is. I didn't have a beat.
Yeah.
I just had the words.
Yeah.
So he created a beat. He was like, what you wanted to sound like? I said, just poppy. You know, I said I was in LA when I wrote it, you know, just upbeat, poppy, ready for radio, whatever that is to you. Man, and he made the beat, and I got in, I did the words. And the rest was crazy. So, but I like I said, I really don't know how my sound became what it is, because I mean, I'm born and raised here. Anytime I go anywhere, it's just like I always instantly stand out. I don't try to. It's not something that I just like. I force it to happen like that. I don't. It just naturally happens like that. So.
No, I asked that because when you hear your sound, especially your newer songs, 'cause I can tell you're kind of settling into your sound now. You're definitely maturing as an artist with these last few releases. But it doesn't sound like Birmingham. I think the most Birmingham thing about the last few things you did was a song called Green Acres. Green Acres in Birmingham, 1J is like Arrows in Chicago. That's
okay. Because I saw the video. I was like, I'm like, oh, this is a spot. This is a place. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about Green Acres. That's actually on my list too. I got a little list of songs, that I like, and that's on there. But Green Acres is definitely on that. Real quick though about Birmingham, so here in Milwaukee and probably in other places as well too, and you got pockets of just different places. We talked about Detroit. You could probably throw Chicago in there, and then you talked about LA and all these other places and things like that. We talk about camaraderie when it comes to artists. What is the camaraderie, or what is the feel like when it comes to being an artist in Birmingham or from Birmingham? Like, do you find that everyone's collaborative? Because I think that the biggest example that we can get out of the collaborative artists is Atlanta, where Atlanta, and I'm always going to use Atlanta because I mean it's really the archetype of everybody coming together, working together, from the radio stations to the artists to the producers to the everything. Like, that's why Atlanta's been running the scene, because everybody from Atlanta works with each other. You got little pockets of beef here and there, but
yeah,
Jeezy and and Gucci, they still sat down and did a verses together, so they found some type of way to work together. So how is it in Birmingham when it comes to supporting one another?
It is. I say it's kind of like a catch-22.
Mm-hmm.
You run into some people that that's willing, and I'll say they only willing, or they are willing because they might see the I guess the journey that you're on, whether they see like, oh, okay, this person about to blow, let me just go ahead on and get in where I fit in with them,
Right?
to catch on to this wave why they're allowing it. And then you have some people that's just ego driven, you know what I'm saying, like, and it just never worked. Me personally, I don't mind, like, I wouldn't mind features. I don't really focus on features, but I'm open to like doing features and helping people and being a part of their projects, whether it's me utilizing myself as a creative director, to help them create some content or whatever it is. Because I'm not just, a recording artist, and songwriter. I'm an actual creative director. Like, I love doing all sorts of art, all across the board. So, but a lot of people, they get tangled up in, oh man, I don't want you to feature with me because, you might do better than me on my song, or I don't want you to get all the attention. It's me. I don't want you to come and perform at my show because you might get all the attention. And I've had moments to where, like, I've performed at shows and other artists had to go behind me, and literally after I perform, everybody leave. And the artist that was like the main attraction would be stuck looking crazy because the crowd done left. Like, but yeah, but that don't fall on me. I just came and did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of my segment. I'm telling them, hey man, stick around. Such and such come up there. Da, 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 da. That don't have nothing to do with me. But again, like I said, I'm open. I've always been open. That artist that's been open to features and helping other artists and being a part. And I'm humble as hell. Like, I can really, do the most, but I choose to do the least because I just know me. You know what I'm saying? I know what God has planned for me, and I don't have to walk around like belittling people and making other people feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Just because I have good people around me that's helping me to be, more molded into who I'm supposed to be as an artist. If anything, should get close to me and see how I can help aid to what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Or because I don't mind sharing it. I can't take it with me when I'm gone.
Right. That's true.
But
That's real.
like I said, the thing about it here is and I think it's everywhere, but it's mainly ego driven. It's ego driven.
Ego.
Yeah, it's ego, it's clout, it's ego, and just people just kind of like sizing people up. Whether it be, man, I know such and such sell drugs, and that's how his fan base coming because he got the hood. So what? So what? Like, don't focus on that. Focus on the bigger picture. Focus on the thing that's gonna matter the most, regardless. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I rarely ever get features or do them, but I'm open to them. I'm never gonna be that person that just go super out of my way to make people want to be a part of what I got going on. It's just kind of like, yeah, I'll catch the train one day. You know what I'm saying? It might just start in another state, and then y'all might have to catch up to where I am, and that's fine. Like, it's cool.
I mean, sometimes you gotta leave what's familiar to really tap into your potential. Yeah. Even if you read the Bible, Jesus, he went back to he had been doing his thing, went back to Nazareth, and he said, "Hey, they ain't believe. I had to get up out of there. He couldn't do no miracles because the people ain't believe." And then he left, and they was coming in groves again. So sometimes we have to leave what's familiar to really tap into our potential. One of my favorite sermons I've heard to this day, it was Bishop. I think his name is W. Darren Mitchell. I'm probably messing up. I think he's an AME Zion Bishop, but
Mm-hmm.
I was back like 2015. It was just before I was getting ready to move to Milwaukee, and the name of his sermon was "A Place Called There," and he said a lot of times we miss our blessings because we stuck over here when we're called to be there, or
Right.
you trying to go to this place when you really supposed to be over there. So
Right.
if you
Right.
went
Right.
there instead of staying here, you'd be all right. So that stuck with me, and I live by that. Sometimes we have to make moves and go there and
Go
just
there.
create our own way instead of being here.
Absolutely.
So man,
I
that was good.
that was good. That's good. I actually wrote that down. I gotta find that because I want to listen to that. You talked about working with some really high profile artists like Cash Doll, R. Kelly, and so many other people. You know what I mean? But what was the and we had Ishel, who's I don't know how many episodes ago, but she is like a music administrative here, and she's really about making sure that you got your points, got your split sheets and all that good stuff. So when you come into a session, what does that conversation look like? Tell us, are you part of any pro or professional rights organizations? The ASCAPs, your sound scans, and Sonic Chain and stuff like that. And then you just tell the artists that are looking up to you right now, listening right now, how important that is to have that stuff.
It's super important to be honest. Am I? I thought I was echoing. Am I echoing?
Oh, you're good.
Um,
You're good on my end.
okay. Okay. But yeah, no, that's super important. I recently got out of my contract with CSAC, and I recently
Oh, dope.
signed with ASCAP. Only because CSAC had some issues. They could never keep a rep for me. I don't know what the heck they got
Oh,
going
wow.
on, but I haven't received a check and I don't know how long, and I know I'm still getting spins with radio stations and stuff like that. So I don't even know where I was as far as like with my royalty checks and stuff like that. So I had to kind of like get away from them. They almost didn't want me to get out of my contract.
Thanks.
uh, it was crazy because they was like doing some automatic renewal type crap if you don't like email them or call them at a certain date in a certain year. So and then how they had theirs set up is like yours, it don't expire or it don't renew it for like every 3 to 4 years or some crap like that. So you've been done forgot when to actually reach out to
Right.
them. They do that on purpose. But it's super important as far as me getting in rooms and that being a top conversation piece. I never really had that problem, only because it seemed as though when I had my opportunities to go in and write for them, I guess it will only matter if your song is being placed. Then that's when
Hmm. Hmm.
they'll move forward with you with things. Um, and so, I mean, I would just say to artists that's out there, that's wanting to be songwriters, that's wanting to be artists, just make sure you have all your ducks in a row. Make sure you take out days and time, like delegate a day or 2 days out of the week to like kind of check up thoroughly on your publishing company that you're with. Um, just keeping tabs on your sound exchange, your split sheets, all that good stuff, because nobody's gonna see after you how you see after you, and
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't see after you, then I mean you kind of like leaving those ends loose for people to like steal from you and take money from you, and you not reap the benefits of from the work that you're putting in. So I just say, be thorough with yourself. The days that you feel like you ain't got nothing to do, you got something to do. Sit down and do it.
Yeah.
Even if it's only for 30 minutes. It gets to be tedious and tiring and aggravating, but at the end of the day, it's all worth it. I still have to do it. Like I'm gearing up to release a new project, but I know I also have to take time out to upload those songs to a distribution company. Then from there, take it to the publishing company so that everything can be cohesive when the song drops. When the project drops. So it's a lot that goes into it. But again, you have down days, you have downtime. Just when you want sitting there on the toilet, even when you ain't using the bathroom, you just stuck sitting there on your phone. Utilize
Oh,
that
yeah.
time to log in for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, check up on a few things, see what's what, and go from there. So But I mean, that's my little spill on it. Like I said, I never had an issue with splits because I never got an opportunity. I haven't, as of now, gotten an opportunity to move forward with getting a placement, and that's one of the things. That's one of my goals. You know, if I can just hone in and start getting placements with syncs, like with syncs and scores for like movies and series and
Yeah,
all that good
yeah.
stuff, man, that's like checks while you sleep. So
While
that's
you
like
sleep.
one of the, yeah, like that's one of the things that I really want to get into. So it's out
Yeah,
there.
write
Is
that one
money to
down.
be made. You just gotta go for it.
Nah, I like that. Checks while you sleep. Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
need those checks while you
Check,
sleep for
check,
sure.
definitely.
Need the checks while you sleep. Um, I wanted to ask you. So we talk about the business side of music and having your split sheets together, and
Mm-hmm.
being with these performing rights organizations, things like that. One of the things, I think DJ G Love talked about it during the first Share the Vibes Fest,
Mm.
and I've heard Joe Budden talk about it a lot as well. But you never want to let the label appoint you an attorney. You want to get your own
Mm.
attorney or somebody who's
Oh yeah,
independent.
you definitely want to get your own.
So what
Like,
was your process for finding and getting an attorney on the team to help you make sure your interest was being taken care of in the best way possible?
um, so I had this one guy that I ain't gonna spill his name, but I had this one guy that really was trying his best to manage me, but he could never get the contract right, right?
Mm.
And it was crazy because he had a lot of connects, but that's the thing, they make you fall for it because they got the connects. They withholding all the information, they were withholding um, opportunities for you to reach the next level, and they won't do that because they want to dangle something over your head. They want to be in control, whether it's controlling your money or whatever it is. And so I ended up having to. I never did sign the contract with him, but we were in a negotiating phase, and some of the things that he had in that contract just wasn't like, it just wasn't feasible. Like it didn't make a lick of sense because you wanting like basically damn near half of everything, and you're only managing. Like
Yeah,
you're not in the studio, like you're not paying for nothing. Like you just, I'm paying for everything. Plus you getting percentages from this area, this, like you getting money off of every little thing. And you had it rolled up to where even when I'm done with you for a total of like 10 years after that, so I'm like you'll still reap money from me. Like that's crazy.
yeah,
So it's definitely important to just not sign nothing, to literally have someone to look it over. I mean, I don't care if it costs you 1,000. Like it cost me $750 just for somebody to negotiate my contract that I ended up not even
Mm.
doing. So I had to literally
Wow.
pay someone just to negotiate that because I was just, I for me, I care about me, and I don't mind investing in me. So that
Yeah.
$750 saved me my life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
granted, yeah, I could have kept that money in my pocket, but what I would have did if I would have kept that money in my pocket and then signed that contract, and then I've been stuck in some shit for like 20 years,
yeah,
and I
Mm.
can't see where my money going. You know what I'm saying? Like, then what? Then what do you do with that? You know? So my thing is this: if you have someone that's wanting to do a contract with you, wanting to, you know, do business with you, you just kind of gotta like be smart about it. Be very smart about it. Be diligent. Like be proactive. Like don't hesitate. Ask questions. Hell, you and your crew sit down at the table, and y'all. I don't care if y'all have to read that mug with a magnifying glass. Every word, every sentence by sentence. Like
yep,
do that because once you sign your name on that dotted line, y'all can get to court because you want out. It's nothing that judge can do because you signed it.
yep.
It says perpetuity here. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So
My lord,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that's very important, man.
So that record blazing. You gotta get them money for life. No
Hmm.
kids
crazy.
gotta
Not the
ooh
kids,
man.
kids.
That's sick. That's sick if you think about it, man. Nothing should go on that long, but it happens.
Yeah, yeah. man, people get screwed over out here every day. So you got to be diligent. Diligent, protect yourself. Man. So we've been doing a lot of talking. I got some more stuff I really want to talk about, but I think it's a good time.
No, you good. You good.
So I think it's a good time to get into our vibe talk segment. Gonna let Rocki get situated here for a second.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
So we're gonna hop into vibe talk. If it's your first time listening, this is our segment where we have artists on. We get into some of their catalog and let them give us some of the backstories or some fun facts behind how the song came to be, or just something that's unique about the song that we may not otherwise know. So we're gonna get into that segment here shortly. And Rocki, we're gonna let you choose the first song.
Look,
Go for it.
How can you get me out of? How can you take my other one off the thing?
Oh, yeah, there we go. It's gone.
Hallelujah.
And then just fix that name real quick, 1J.
My bad, y'all.
About to have the blue screen of death again. It's giving charge me up.
I swear. It really was that time. The first song.
What you want us to go to first?
You can go Green Acres. I'm sure it's
on. Perfect. I love when an artist chooses the song that I want to hear.
It takes so long to get back home. Let me get back, 'cause I know we're gonna fight. That's the way we know that our love is strong. You can't change my feelings if you wanna. No. Though them deuces that you go and cool out, baby. I just think we need a little bit of TLC for each other. A little bit of THC to bring us down on another level. You need to understand, communicate, honesty is the key here for us. Doing what you want, get you in a whole lot of goddamn trouble. Pop your shit, do whatever. You be coming back 'cause you know who's better. If you walk in my shoes, you will see how heavy it is. But you don't wanna understand that for real. If I feel trying to waste my time, trying to play tricks with my mind. Make sure you feel that, I swear. Let me get back. It takes so long to get back home. Let me get back, 'cause I know we're gonna fight.
1J like that.
Woo, it takes so long to get back home, but we gonna get back home, baby. That's the thing. It's gonna take a long time, but we gonna get back home, and we gonna fight. But it's all good. That's how you know. That's how I know you love me. Yeah, tell us about Green Acres. So you said Green Acres is a staple in Birmingham. So talk a little bit more about that.
Oh man, that's one of the best chicken joints you can ever go to in the city of Birmingham. Man, I created that song. What's crazy is I didn't create that song based off of me. I created it based off situation around me. At one point in time, one of the guys in the studio that I work with, he was having some issues in his relationship. And then another guy that I work with, actually, because I'm a barber, it was just like a lot going on around me. Like a lot of guys was like frustrated around me. And it had a lot to do with relationship. And so I was just like, in what way can I create something that's not too crazy, not too far-fetched, but it's like, it's still giving, like, I love you, but I need to go cool off. And it was just one of them songs where I was just like, you know what? The situation that at hand is so authentic. I have no choice but to do it. And so I literally took one of the guys' situation and I was just like, let me just write something based off of what he's telling me. And it was just like, I'm not trying to get a divorce. I'm not trying to leave you, but you doing things that aggravate the heck out of me. And I love you. You know what I'm saying? I want to be with you, but you you taking me to another level. You taking me to a place where I don't want to be. So let me just allow me some space to leave the house, go cool out. Let me go grab me something to eat, something to drink. I might as well roll up and just been a few blocks, and I'll be home later. And so that's how the song came about. It's literally, I was just kind of like paying attention to the guys that were around me, and just like listening to them, like be in their fields with their women about different things that was happening in their lives, in their own personal homes. And I couldn't do nothing but commend them because they weren't going off on their spouses. They were venting to me. They would vent and like just anytime I'm around, it was just like, man, you all right? Nah, man, let me tell you what happened. And it was just kind of like I became like a flash drive for a minute. I became a flash drive for a minute. I became a flash drive for a minute. I just remember, what was given to me, and I put it in a way where nobody was exposed. It was just kind of like me telling a story. But at the end of the day, shit, I'm gonna go home. I just need some time to cool off from you because you aggravate me. So,
what made you name it Green Acres?
I don't. Maybe because I didn't write the song. Like I didn't write. So my new project that's dropping, the next couple of projects that's dropping, I didn't write anything on paper, and so I literally freestyle that song all the way through. And in there, I say, basically I'm saying I want a 6-piece from Green Acres Chicken.
Yeah.
A slice of cake and them papers. Like, just hold up, let me roll up. I'm going to put you on DN, I'm going to take you off DND. I'm going to take you off Do Not Disturb in a little bit, but let me grab this little 6-piece, fried hard out. Let me get this manager special over here at Green Acres Chicken.
Did you go downtown in Inslee?
Definitely downtown. Yes.
Oh man. Hey, before we get into the next song, I gotta bring out something. So the long standing debate is that Birmingham had the best wings in the country. So.
Definitely. Most definitely.
And where are the best wings in Birmingham?
Ooh. There's a couple places. I'm gonna start with Green Acres. Green Acres. Then you got Courtyard.
Okay.
You ever been to Courtyard?
I ain't been to Courtyard. I think I heard of it though.
You got Courtyard, then you got, I had some wings from East West.
You ain't had East West either. Okay.
Oh my God, you didn't. Where you been?
I don't know, man. So every time I come to Birmingham, it's crazy because one of my favorite wing spots in the world is Wings Heaven, right there in Fairfield. I love Wings Heaven. They opened up right around the end of my time at Miles, so it was clutch. But so every time I go to Birmingham, I was like, man, I gotta get me some Wings Heaven. But every time I'm at Miles, Miles is it's like the west side of town, 1J. So once you get to downtown, you got about another 15 minutes or so before you get to Miles. So like if you go into Miles, you specifically going to Miles. You just probably not going to Fairfield just to be over there. So I usually by the time I get to Fairfield, I'm either going to Miles for like homecoming or something else. So I done already ate. So like I never really get Wings Heaven because I'm not in the mood for it by the time I get there. But the whole year before I get to Birmingham, I got to get me some Wings Heaven. But nah, Birmingham definitely has some good wings. But that's a long-standing debate, Mwanje. It's the Atlanta people gonna argue with the Birmingham people, and the Tennessee people gonna hop in. It's just it's a civil war, man. Where we going next? You got another one you want to go to next, Rocki? Or Mwanje, you got some on your list you want to hit?
Oh, Rocki, it's up to you. You want to? I got something. I got 3 songs that I want to tackle, but I'm probably gonna just play one for sake of time. All right, I'm just play one. So I had a quick question though. Okay, this I talked to you about this before we started. So I went on to, I believe it was your page or Naked Energy's page, and you were doing an interview, and there was a song in the background of that interview, and I believe the name of the song is called Face.
Okay.
I can't find it. Where is it?
Is it FaceTime?
No, it's not FaceTime. It's called Face. Did you change the name? Because I thought it was FaceTime.
I didn't change it. I I took it down.
Why? That's crackhead.
I think it got taken down because it was on this project that got removed.
Oh.
I don't know, but I'll re-release it.
Okay, please, because I literally was in that listening to that interview, grabbed my iPad, hit the Shazam because I could not find it, and then it came up, and I'm like, "Face." So I googled it. I went on to on YouTube. I typed it in because I believe it was Brian Cooks and other than the young lady name is Ariana, Ariana, Ayana. Ayana. And I was like, I need this. I need to hear this because I'm listening to in the background like, hold on. What you're saying is amazing right now. But this song in the background, fire. I needed to find that. So the closest thing I find to it was FaceTime because of the word face. So I'll go, it's between FaceTime and Nobody. I'm going to Nobody.
It's not Practice, is it?
Nope.
Okay. I see Ayana's on there too. Okay.
Oh man, it's gone. Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to ask. I'm like, it's nowhere to be found. It's nowhere to find. All right, let me go to Nobody. Man, listen. All right. RL we didn't even play RL yet, but hold on. Okay, all right. Let me. Yeah. All right, talk about that because that all I heard was something about a peach and flip inside, and I was like, I said, where's the man at? It was a little hot here. I need the one with the funeral in the background or Martin Luther King in the back. So talk a little bit about that.
Oh my God.
That was AI Rocki right there.
Woo. Woo. I was like, what?
Man, that was a fun time creating that record.
Fun listening to it.
That just was on some fly. Like I just was in the moment, wanted to create something. Obviously sexual. I was tapping into a newness. Because I think that's on what is that on the Love on the Rocks project. Mm-hmm. And I think the whole project is centered around this particular person. But if I say it only will take one thing for me to say, and then that person gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. So I can't even say that one thing. But he, the whole project was centered around him. And it was crazy because, and I know I'm drifting because you asked about the song, but I'm just getting to like how everything came about. Of course, it was from a moment we shared But you know,
Pretty PC to say, but I like that.
yeah, it was just like, okay, let me just kind of. I can't even go into. I can't. I mean, I can, but I can't.
Well, that was a real sigh right there.
That was a
You
real
know,
sigh right there. I know them sighs. Them the
you know what?
whoo.
You know what?
Let him use
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Mm.
He said, let him use you." It was difficult because we were working together.
Mm.
We were working together. I'll say that,
Yeah.
and it just got it wasn't bad. It didn't even like it didn't end bad or nothing like that. It was just
Yeah.
you know how you can deal
Just,
with
just
a
stopped.
situation. Nah, well, yes, technically, because we had to because it's me being me and I'm honest and I'm not afraid to admit things. You can't just be like getting your soul snatched and not want
Oh.
more from
Oh.
a person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like,
Yep.
and so it was just like it didn't become a little tough until I had questions like, what are we doing?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Where's this going? And so, in order to savor what we had, I just kind of like had to pull the plug. I didn't want to pull the plug, but I had to
Yeah.
for the sake of me and my mental and my music. You know, it's just kind of like, hey, you gotta make the right decision. Save the
Yeah.
friendship. Get back to the work.
That's yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the song, like I said, was just based off of a real situation. It was cool. It was fun. Like I thoroughly appreciate Ariel for being a part of it. Shout out to him. I
How
was
do you
on a
come to be?
couple of yeah. What's crazy is I was on a few of the group Next. I was
Mm-hmm.
on a few of their songs on
Oh
a
wow.
project that they were supposed to put out. I think they put
Oh,
it out
dope.
and then snatched the project down. I don't know what happened with that, but we just kind of did like feature for feature, and
Right.
he came through for me, and we made it. Made it do what it do. So
Dope.
what's crazy is I still got access to him. He waiting on me to send him something else.
That's what's
So
up.
I remember he performed at a fashion show. I think that Jay did at Miles one time.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
actually
feel
met
free
him
to be seen
through Jay.
it. Okay.
I met him.
Nah, that's what's up.
Yep.
So, no, it's the fun part of like going to school with people and just seeing how we evolve over time in your journey. It's just been kind of the evolution of your brand over these years. So, the guys would be joking because like a lot of guys, we had Miles like, yeah, Rocky was the homie. Rocky had the basketball shorts on, and the
Yep.
J's or the slides, and like that was just the homie. And
Yep.
no, I hop on IG a year or two ago, and Rocky doing all these photo shoots and stuff. Like, hold on, now what's going on? And one in particular, one J probably saw it if I know my one J. He was going down the page.
Well,
One J
naked
saw
energy.
the and I was at the house, and I was like, wait a minute, this AI?
Yeah, I didn't know she had all that.
I was like, hold on now, wait a minute, man. That's how I got down to Birmingham. I was like, hold on now, Rocky. Now I thought that was AI for a second there. I
Said,
was
this
like, hold
ain't the
on
Rocky I
now.
met in college. Who is this
This
person?
ain't the same Rocky that was giving me the fade in the kitchen, bro. What's going on? But nah, man, it's
Look,
Hey,
Rocky just had to come out of. I just had to come out of my shell. That's all.
listen,
oh
I've
man.
ran across some basketball shorts that be having that Venus fly trap. So, fellas, be careful, or you will be in the song.
My lord, you will be in the
Cause I'm
song.
You will
hollering.
be in the song.
So I got a song I want to go to.
Yes, sir.
Neither one of y'all might not have been thinking about it, but it's a little tricky. So I want to go to Hey Big Head. This
Yes.
this
Okay.
this is one of my favorites from you, and I really love it because of the beat switch. So I don't know how we're gonna do this with one J, because the beat switch happens around the 145 mark ish, something like that. But yeah, I want to go to Hey Big Head into You Got It. I like that, but I really like the hook on You Got It. So. That's my
You
joint
are
right
a
there.
bouncy writer. I love it. Like the way your flow is, it just bounce. You just bounce and the onomatopoeias, like I said, the boom with the pow. It's like, oh man, like it's good. It's good. You are a phenomenal writer. Man, that was good. That's good. I like that was Hey Big Head was one of my other ones as well too.
Yeah, I really that might be my favorite song for you. It's definitely one of them.
Oh wow!
I think I sent you a video one time. I was spinning that one time at Ambition Center actually. Spinning that. And you made me hallucinate. So,
I come to the realization that I am a very sensual person, seductive in my own way. It's not overbearing, but it gets the job done.
My Lord.
Musically, I don't know, and it's because you know what I'm saying. It's because I care about, my mom, them listening, and
Yeah.
everything. I don't have to be, too obnoxious with my words just to get my point across. So, but that's one of the things that I can honestly say that I can admit I'm very sensual, seductive musically. Like I enjoy it.
No, it's dope, and I like the way you did it. You executed it on this one because, hey, Big Head, it's a bop. Like, that, come on, it's just like a good time with the homies. You with the friends or whatever. It's kind of like Belvedere. It's just you just want to bounce around to like you bouncing house.
You know what I was thinking about when I created that transition and stuff. So I imagine, hey, Big Head, I just picture myself at this party, and in these videos where like you kind of eyeing somebody at the party. And y'all trying to both figure out a way to like kind of sneak off, go and get away from everybody.
Yellow.
So in my mind, that's what was happening musically. I was like, oh, I need to figure out a way to get out of this. Hey, Big Head, because I'm feeling a certain way and I want to drift into this. But and that's how it came about. So it was just kind of like I legit created a story in my head in order to create the song.
Yeah.
Like I created a movie, like, okay, this is how that movie would go. And it'll start out in this big party. Like the room just full of people, everybody dancing and drinking and having fun, upbeat. And all of a sudden you lock eyes with somebody and it's kinda like, hey, what do you think about the back room? What do you think about the back room?
I like the back room. I've been there. It's pretty spacious. But listen, so I'm just kidding. But I would if we could A&R something, Devin, I think if we can get our Argentina friend and Rocki to hook up and do a record together, I think it'll go.
Might be on to something.
I think it'll go.
I'm open.
So yeah,
Certified A&R.
Hey, and this was all like part of the vision when I even started Share the Vibes, just connecting those dots and bringing people together who would normally be brought together. So yeah, we did another interview. One of our episodes, it was last year, but her name is Maria Soul. She's in Argentina. Dope neo soul R&B artist. She's young. She's like 25, 26. But she was inducted into the Recording Academy class last year. So we talked with her and she had some dope vibes out there. But yeah, that might be a nice little razzle dazzle.
That'll work.
You might be on to something.
That'll work.
Getting Nairi in the mix.
Hear that. Yep. Oh man, that'll go crazy. Hey, that'll go crazy. That'll go crazy.
Share the Vibes, the label coming soon.
Yes. I can see
That's hard. That's hard. Okay.
That's hard.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down there, brother.
Yeah. That's gonna go. That's gonna go. As soon as I heard Hey Big Head again, like that I could see that going crazy. That's gonna go crazy.
A little back and forth like the hallucinating.
Ooh, it don't even have to be. It don't have to be, but it can go central for central. That's gonna be. Let's go.
All right, we got to talk offline because
cooking. All right,
you cooking now. So Rocki, so we asked her some of her musical influences, and she said Brandy, but then she said Adina Howard
in Argentina. Adina Howard in Argentina, and she 20.
What?
24. She was born like what 2000 what?
Oh, that's
man, it was crazy. She was like, that's like, she was like 99, 98 when she was born.
Yeah.
She was like Brandy, Adina Howard. Like, what? And then you go to her page, like, it makes sense, though.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Wow.
So,
What'd you say at the end of the thing before he was getting off? She's like, a freak like me? I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Share the vibes after hours. Hold on, wait a minute. What'd you say now?
Share the vibes. Don't let the vibes share you.
Don't let the vibes share
you. All right, we're gonna go one more song. It's a couple of them I could go to. We're gonna do one more. What we ending at?
Ooh, we do FaceTime? Did we do FaceTime? We didn't do FaceTime, did we?
We did FaceTime. I was thinking it's about you or
oh yeah.
Just get one of the new ones.
Let's do it.
Let's do It's About You. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I can't believe I still be thinking about you. It's been that long, but hey. How I love you, yeah. But things ended so soon. I guess it wasn't the right time for us now. Our time faded. I see you posting on IG. See you doing better with your new babe now. Keep on popping up in my memories. Holding everything that's dear to me. My sheets are colder now. Yeah. Darkness don't feel the same. And the moon's so far away. And the waves turn into rain. Do you ever think about me? This ain't a love song, yeah. This a reminder, yeah. I should've held on. I really should've had your back. I should've listened when you didn't call back. Goddamn, I had to do that. I guess you can blame it on my ego. 'Cause pride is a mother, and I take you under. My shit's so cold enough.
Refreshing to say women have an ego and have pride. It's refreshing to hear that,
Equal opportunity accountability.
Equal opportunity, I should have had your back. Like, you should have. I'm out here being with these chicks I don't even want to be with because you over here acting a fool. Anyway, how did this song come about? I'm sorry, that touching that. All right, how did this song come about?
Obviously a real situation. I was really dating someone, and I allowed family, friends, people around me to dictate, and to get intertwined with what I had going on versus keeping what I had going on just between the two of us and accepting it for what it was, and allowing myself to fully flow into love. But I was too afraid. I was too afraid of it. And so I started to shy away. I started to just not be as present as I was in the beginning. And it wasn't, I didn't do it to hurt that person intentionally. But it was just kind of like I allowed the fear to block what was actually meant. And that was something that happened during COVID. And it's crazy because for a while I couldn't shake the feeling. And I just ended up writing a song last year. That song, It's About You. I ended up writing a song last year. Well, I didn't write it. I just kind of picked my sounds. I co-produced the record. And I just had to get the feeling out. The words, they just flow like water because it was already there. It was already a feeling that I couldn't let go of until I actually created a song, made a song out of it. And so that was one of the ones that actually was like difficult to record. Like, you know how you can record or somebody make you upset or you want to cry and you get that fullness in your throat to like you like full. That was one of them records for me. That was the first time I ever felt like full from a record.
Wonder, have you ever had that experience?
Huh?
So one day produces, creates. He does that too. We ain't talked about that, but I always plug it in these episodes. So just wondering if he's had a similar experience, working in his art.
Yeah, I have a song. It's so funny you were saying that because I have a song called "Burning Walls" from my ex-fiance, and it's not what you think. Initially, it was, but the concept of burning walls was, you with your ex-fiance and she moved on. I'm like, okay, I hope your walls burn. But I'm like, okay, that's kind of bogus. That's a little wrong. But when you think about like, you're building something with a person and you got all these pictures on the wall, you got all these things on the wall that just commemorate your relationship. When you're done, it's still there. So burning walls come from just lighting the whole place up and just torching all those memories. So next time you come up here, I have it. I don't even have it recorded. I just have the song. And so I'll just let you, hear how it goes and flows. But it's so funny. Like everybody, we be in a full party with my friends. They be like, "Play, sing Burning Walls, sing Burning Walls." I'm like, dude, I know, like that's traumatic. But somehow ends up happening. But I understand fully like how your emotions could be embedded in the song, and if it plays or you hear it again, it's like take you right back to that moment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every time I perform it, listen to it, people ask me to, hey, play this. I just be like, oh God. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But that's how I know. Like a lot of people reached out to me and was just like, yo, I don't know what it is about the song. It gives me chills. I can relate. Like I'm going through this right now, and I just be like, damn, like that's crazy. That's tough. That's not so good feeling to feel, but you have to hold yourself accountable, especially when it's you, not necessarily the problem, but you allowed something to transpire that you could have like prevented if you just would have let go of your fear. So that was one of the things, but it's crazy, but it's cool. It's cool now. They back there laughing, but it's cool because we're cool. We're cool.
That's good. Yeah, you recorded a dope video for that one too. So y'all check that out. I mean, I saw it looked like she had the drone you be having in Milwaukee one. Jay calls rolling down the road like one of them Tyler Perry movies or something, riding through the mountains or something. And I said, so it's lit out here. Okay, this ain't Birmingham.
Definitely.
Nah, so man. Hey, thank you for indulging us in this Vibe Talk segment. It's one of my favorite parts for sure, and the one that gets to nerd out a little bit because he actually does this thing. He be behind the boards and all that. No, I spin the records, but he makes the records. So, it's a dope. What's that word? Amalgamation of all this stuff that goes on. So thank you for that. So we're gonna get ready to wrap up here in a little bit. There is a question I've been wanting to ask. We talked about you're a creative director. So you think about music, you think about the visuals, and it comes through in the art that you put out. Even with Green Acres, y'all need to go check out the live version. She almost did like a tiny desk on my block type thing in Birmingham. I think it was called the Green Room. I think it was. It was like an acoustic version almost of Green Acres. That's super dope. So check that out. But I wanted to ask, I think about art. I met you through barbering, and even the way you do that has evolved over the years. So how has your experience as a barber translated into your artistic experience, if you will?
Well, to be honest, like you said, you've seen me like grow over the years as far as my barbering. Well, I treat it like his music. I'm constantly buying new tools. I'm constantly trying new things. I'm constantly going over and beyond to figure out new ways of blending, new ways of using a razor, new ways of just like tailoring my art, tailoring my perfection to each individual's head, based off of the texture of hair. I take pride in what I do. It's not all about the money. It's literally the art for me, and making people look good, feel good, and even smell good in the end, because it comes with a wash. I got the barber cologne. I do the whole 9 yards. Even sometimes giving out, the little courtesy head massages or whatever. So, um, man, just really honing in on just catering to the client, and then also allowing them to feel connected to me in the chair, to the point where it's just like they instantly sit down and they I become a therapist. I become like literally an artistic therapist to where I'm grooming them. I'm catering to them, but they're also expressing like, hey man, what kind of day they have had, how they feeling, or what's going on. And me, I'm always exuding and giving out positive energy back. So man, I'll just say really just being attentive, being assertive, being present has helped me, and just most importantly being honest with my craft, you know, all across the board. So that's how I've been making it do what it do. That's how my art has been getting better, and just being resilient, not being afraid to try new things. Just
Favorite word.
oh yeah, what
Oh
resilient?
yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Resilience, resilient. Yep.
yeah,
All
just cause
variations
it's
of it.
because there was a
I always
time where I
love
was
that.
afraid to like I was afraid to tap into like straight hair, you know. I was afraid to tap into like straight hair, using the shears and all that stuff. But it's just like, if not now, then when? You know, what's keeping you? What's stopping you? Why are you so afraid to try something that you're not familiar with? You don't know, like, until you do it. So, man, just being forceful and standing firm in my craft and believing that even if it's something that I don't know how to do, that I'll eventually know how to do it because I'm determined enough to do it.
Go.
So,
Uh, I always love when people make that connection between their professions and other things and how
mm-hmm.
that's transferred into the music they're creating. Or we had a conversation with DJ Lola out of Milwaukee with how being a CEO of an organization around kind of empowering women has made her a better DJ, and
Mm-hmm.
learning how to read the room and adjust to different audiences. So everything we've been talking about throughout the podcast just came out and how you've explained your barber journey, and it translates into the music. You can hear the growth from Belvedere too. It's about you, So um, nah, that's dope. I love hearing those stories.
I do want to talk about Naked Energy before we go. Cause I did see you on the basketball court and you look like you had nothing on. So just talk to me a little bit about that. Cause I don't know if you were, loving basketball. You had to play for somebody hard or, I don't know what the deal
oh, you
was,
talking
but
about practice? You talking about
yeah,
practice?
practice. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about that though. Cause you
Oh
definitely
yeah,
was hooping for
definitely.
show.
Oh yeah. Practice. Wow, that was early one morning. I had to meet not my videographer, but my photographer at this park on the east side, and because he has such a wild imagination as it pertains to cover art, and he was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna put you on this basketball. You're gonna be naked on the court." And me being the person that I am, and me just like not being afraid, I'm just like, all right, whatever, let's do it. I just roll with it. Like he was just like, "You for real?" I'm like, "Yeah." So it's like freaking 6 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, it's cold as shit because it was like during the winter time. I think it was getting ready to go into the winter time, so it was fall. So man, we out there super early, and I'm out there with a robe on, and like every 30 seconds, I'm having to throw the robe off and sit down on this ball and have the correct pose, and he's just over there snapping, and his cars passing by. It's crazy, but I mean, those are some of the things you have to go through to be an artist, man. You kind of got to step out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying you have to lose your integrity or your morals or anything like that, but because typically artists know how much they can do and how far they can
Yeah.
go, before it's just kind of like you just taunting yourself, like you taunting your career and all that crap. But man, honestly, it really worked, and I can honestly say that every piece of cover art that I've ever created has been like progression, nothing but progression. And so those were one of those moments where I just like I had to just do it and not think about it. Because if I would have thought about it, I wouldn't have did it.
Dope.
That's fair.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. Now you're able to do it on Vogue. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did a basketball court. Yeah, I could do it for Vogue or whatever, what have you.
Piece of cake.
Right.
That's what's up. So what's up next? What can people look forward to from Rocki?
Oh man, I'm waiting on some cover art as we speak. Man, I'm gonna drop an EP. I don't have a date, but of course it's gonna be a vibe with a few of the songs that's already out, which is Lime and Coconut, Green Acres. What else? It's About You, Summer Vibes, and then I'm gonna add like probably 3 new ones.
Okay.
Maybe 4 new ones. I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna push it out. I got some video shoots on the way, of course, more shows. But first, like I said, first and foremost, that EP is definitely on the way. I don't have a date, and it's not gonna be long and drawn out before it happens. I'm gonna get to it because I already got enough music to push out 2 more EP, really 3, 4 more EPs back to back to back to back. But I don't want to overwhelm my audience. So just know that this year, of course, we're in the first quarter, and of course we are in April, but I have a lot of content to give you all. So stay tuned. Like, make sure y'all follow me at officially Rocki _. That's with an I, not with a Y. That is OFFICIALLYROCKI _. Man, stay tuned, stay locked in. Follow me, I'll follow you back. DM me if you want to network with me, you want to do some music with me. DM me, like all that good stuff. Talk to me, I talk back. I'm not one of those artists that just see a comment or DM and not respond. I will respond. Just don't be weird and creepy in my DMs.
That's real. That's real. Man, Rocki, thank you for coming through. It's been a long time coming, so we're glad to have you on here. I can't wait to work together in some other capacities too. I got some things that's in the back of my head for homecoming this year, so we're going to see if I put it in motion, but I'll definitely keep you tapped in. If I do right this year. I almost did it last year, but I'm gonna see if I do right this year. So I keep you tapped in there. So hey, make sure you have Miles homecoming this year. Also, we do officially have our date now. Share the Vibes Fest 2024. We'll be going down in Milwaukee on July 13th. So Saturday, July 13th. We're back in Milwaukee. 3rd annual Share the Vibes Fest. So stay tuned. Make sure you follow us. More details to come very soon. We just signed the contract with the venue, got the deposit paid. So we in motion now. So stay tuned for more details on that very, very soon.
Look, email me that. I need that because this time got more time. It's better time. So, hey, let's all get connected on that level too.
For sure. It's up. There it is, man. 1J, any last thoughts from you?
Nope. Just make sure you check out all different projects from Rocki here, and let's also make sure you listen to all the other episodes as well too. You never know. Share the Vibe. I love that Share the Vibes label idea, but that'd be like I said, talk offline on that one. A&R surprise. That'd be dope. A&R some projects. But anyway, other than that though, yeah, make sure you guys stay tapped into Share the Vibes 3. It's going, it's moving, it's shaking. And make sure you listen to the podcast as well, Share the Vibes podcast. Go into YouTube as well. Make sure you subscribe to Share the Vibes and all that good stuff. So folks trying to get our money from YouTube. I heard it's pretty lucrative. So go ahead and do that. and other than that though, I think that's it. That's all I got.
All right, man. Well, hey, look in the description. Make sure you click that link. Go follow Rocki. Engage with her. Follow us, Share the Vibes LLC on IG. We got a Facebook group. We got a Share the Vibes page on Facebook too. We on LinkedIn, all that good stuff. So just look up Share the Vibes where you at or Jink the DJ. Between the two, you're going to find us one way or another. So check out all our other episodes. Also, we didn't plug Audio Moguls Media like we normally do, but we are a part of the Audio Moguls Media Podcast Network. So go to audiomogulsmedia.com, follow Audio Moguls Media on all your platforms, and check out the other podcasts on the network that Mwanje leads and all his excellency and maestro-ness, all that good stuff. So, hey, it's been a good one, Rocki. Thanks again for coming through. Always a pleasure to see you. Now, I don't know when I'll be in Birmingham again, but when I am there, you'll see me first. So there it is. Until next time, thank y'all for listening. Stay safe, stay blessed, keep sharing the vibes. Peace.
Green Acres.
Green Acres, hey. Oh.